Hey everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood makerspace librarian, Carrie from the Rapid City Public Library, back with the practical making for October. And I am really excited about these. This is one of my all-time favorite crafts that we have done. I don't know if you can see, but on my shoulder, we have an example of these really cool, very glittery, I don't like spiders, but I will definitely make an exception for these guys. So there should be enough for you to make 2 of them in your bags. So let's take a look and see what we got. So I put down a towel so that my beads can't all run away. You've got everything you need for 1 spider, 4 bands, which will give you 8 legs, a middle piece for the head and tail, and some pliers. So I'm going to pour out all the beads so I can see what we're working with, and you will see 2 larger ones right away. So we've got the sparkly head bead and the body bead, and then there are seed beads, bugle beads, and faceted beads in here. And I'm just going to kind of pull out what makes up 1 leg so you guys can kind of see how that works. So we're going to start with the tiniest ones, which are the seed beads, and there are going to be 7 of those that go into a single leg of your spider. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? And those are gonna go in between all the other beads. So now we're gonna look at those faceted beads. There's one that is a little longer and one that's a little shorter. And the shorter one is gonna go in between your first 2 seed beads. And then the bugle beads, which are the long, kind of skinny ones, you should have 2 different colors. 3 of one will go on this leg and 2 of the other color will go on this leg. So find the ones that you have less of. Those are going to go up top. And then the long faceted bead. And then the bugle beads that you have more of will go in between those last seed beads. And that's what makes up 1 whole leg of your spider. To start the actual build, I'm going to show you something we're going to use multiple times in here. You're going to put your pliers right on the very end of your wire. We're using the head and body wire, and you're going to start to curl it around the very tip. So it makes like a very tight spiral of wire, and that's what's going to hold all of your beads in place. So we will start with this one, and then we will put on the body bead so that it goes right up next to that spiral that you made. Then we are going to put on the sparkly head bead, and we're going to leave room in between both of them for all of the legs to go. So leave a little space. Hold those beads about where you want them to go, and then we're basically going to curl down the other end. I put a little kink in there so I know where I'm curling to, and then I can start at the end and start making that spiral again. And we are going to do this same spiral at the end of each of the spider's legs too, so it's something that you'll get pretty familiar with. All the way down to that little crimp. And there we go. So now we're going to take our leg pieces, and that middle crease we're going to put right in between the head bead and the body bead. And you can see I left a little bit too much space, so I'm going to go back in with my pliers and curl that up a little bit more so it makes it a little bit tighter. And now I'm basically going to flip this over, and I'm just going to kind of pull the wires to the other side. So I'm going to flip-flop sides. So it just wraps around that centerpiece, and then you can kind of space out those legs so that it looks more spider-ish. And basically, we are going to look back at those beads in the order we set them out that I just messed up. And we are going to, that's 1 leg of your spider. So we're just going to go ahead and in order insert all of those beads on that wire. And you can see some of these beads do not want to go on there. So I've given you extras of each kind, so you can just pick up a second one and go ahead and give that a try again. And there may be a couple of them that are no good, and that's okay. That's why we give you extras. And the longer faceted bead, you want the fatter part of the bead to go on first. So the skinnier part is down towards the end of the leg. And then when you get to the end, you're just going to do another one of those spirals on the edge of the leg to keep all those beads in place. And there is a completed spider leg for you. I'm going to show you one more thing. If you get to the end of your spider leg and you have a lot more wire, because again, I tend to want to go with giving you too much than not enough. If you hold onto it with your pliers and just twist it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, the wire is so thin that it will break off. So you don't have to have a super long spiral. You can just have 1 or 2, 3 loops of spiral on there. Wire cutters will work too, but if you don't have any, that's another way to kind of get that look in the way that you want. And you're basically doing the same thing for all 8 legs, and when you're done, you can manipulate those to take the shape of your spider however you want. So I hope you ended up with 2 beautiful creepy crawly spiders that you can just place around your house. I have a couple hanging on my wall in my office here at work, and then I have a couple more kind of just decorating bookshelves at home. Next month, we are going to be doing a hanging succulent wall hanging type thing. So if that sounds good, make sure to sign up at the first of the month, and I hope to see you then. All right, bye.